Many clinics now use like AI generated content for patient education, video explainers, system quizzes, and chatbots. Do you think such tools could make evidence based fasting knowledge more accessible at scale?
I do. I think that if it's designed properly, it can be effective. As you know, though, one of the limitations of AI now, like if you're using AI to write up a report or article or study, you really have to have an expert review that because there's a lot of errors and things that come through. It's not as sophisticated as it might be in the future. So I'll give you an example. Our director of research has found that she can cut the time it takes to write some of these scientific reports by 80% through the use of AI, but it doesn't completely eliminate her need to go in and do critical work, both in terms of deciding what questions to ask and also trying to interpret the material that's being vomited up by AI. So I think it's hugely helpful, particularly at eliminating some of the lower level, kind of what we call grind work, but not necessarily in the design and the interpretation realm. Again, I think it's going to really help people at the higher level of functioning be dramatically more effective and efficient. I don't know that you're going to be replacing those people.
Yes, I think if you combine both the things together, it'll help you. It help you cut down on the routine tasks, but then you still need to have a human review at the most critical functions.
It seems like, though, a lot of what it's getting rid of is the stuff that people don't really like to do, the kind of
Mm.
mundane, repetitive,
Right.
boring, and the stuff that people tend to resonate more with
Mhm.
is preserved. And so I see it as highly positive with the understanding that you still have to be, it's just like I have a car that's an autonomous driving automobile. Okay. And it's brilliant. And for me, being directionally dyslexic, it's just a godsend. But it's still, there are critical times where it will make errors, usually because the circumstances in the road are altered or whatever. And
Mm.
so you better be paying attention or you're gonna have serious problems. On the other hand, if you look at the number of accidents in a, autonomous vehicle compared to a human-driven vehicle, there's significantly lower incidents. The autonomous vehicles, at least what I'm driving, still requires some higher level support.
Looking ahead, where do you see the biggest opportunity for responsible technology use in lifestyle medicine, especially personalization and long-term adherence?
Well, because the limiting factor for us is patient adherence, I'm always excited about the opportunity to motivate, educate, inspire, or intimidate people into doing what they know they should do, but are reluctant to doing. And so I think that's one area where technology is going to be just
Yes.
very, very helpful. I think the immediate feedback issues, especially these wearable technologies that give people positive feedback, non-invasive diagnostic testing, I think is going to be hugely helpful. And then helping physicians interpret the massive data that's being generated, I think is going to be critical because you can't work as effectively and efficiently with large volumes of data as the technology can. And then also, non-invasive diagnostic, let's be really clear. We have to use to cut people open in order to get certain information. And now you can do all kinds of reliable non-invasive diagnostic testing that's safe and effective and saves just inordinate amounts of potential risk. Goodness knows that technology is changing every day.